What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. All right, let's go to Gulfstream Park. It's race 14 on the Saturday, March 30th card there at Gulfstream, and it is the Florida Derby. Grade 1 race going 1 1/8 million the purse. They got a field of 11. Let's go through them now. Some of them won't take so long. Some of them might. So we'll kind of go through it. There's some weird ones in here. All right, number 1 is not a weird one, is Frankie's Empire. This is a horse that 2 races back, pretty impressive, going 7 furlongs, winning the Swale Stakes. Last time out in the Fountain of Youth, stretching out in distance, I felt like the race was right there for him. They didn't really run all that fast. He could only get third, beaten 2 lengths. Ladon Bro, who's also in this race, we'll talk about him in a minute, finished ahead of him, even though Frankie's Empire kind of crushed him in that last race. He's not without a chance. This is not a very strong race, but I don't know. I just felt like, boy, it's right there for you. You can go win this race, and he couldn't do it last time out. The number 2 is Hades, undefeated 3 for 3. This Florida bred broke the maiden at Gulfstream, then won a Florida bred allowance by 8. First time stretching out to 1 1/16, 2 turns. Last time out in the grade 3 Holy Bull. He pulls off the upset at 9-1. He gets the job done, beating Domestic Product, who came back to win the Tampa Bay Derby, and obviously beating Breeders' Cup juvenile winner Fierceness. So Hades, listen, it wasn't a fast race. I'm not going to lie to you. It was not a fast race at all. It didn't look strong visually. It didn't, timing-wise, didn't look strong. But he's 3 for 3. He gets inside positioning here. I mean, he could do it, no doubt. This race is not good. Like I said, the number 3, Bail Us Out. We'll see what he can do here. His one try on dirt was not good. 4th beaten 8 3/4. He tried the synthetic next, broke the maiden by a half length, and now we'll try the dirt again. It's interesting that Irad Ortiz Jr. gets aboard this one for Pletcher. Maybe it was just like, hey, I don't have a whole lot of options here. Can I ride this one? That could be the case, but it is interesting that he gets aboard here. Maybe the stretch out helped this horse. Going back to the dirt, though, I'm not sure that. I think they're kind of just taking a shot here. The number 4, Grand Mo the First. This horse was 3rd, beaten a neck in the Tampa Bay Derby. We already talked about Domestic Product, who won the Tampa Bay Derby. Look, I don't love him. I thought the Tampa Bay Derby was a pretty terrible race, to be completely honest. I don't think this race is that much better, so why not take a shot? I get it. I totally don't blame him for taking a shot. His 2 races on the dirt, 2 third-place efforts, so we'll see. Another one that I'm not real interested in, but we'll see what happens. The number 5 is Real Macho. I mean, this horse was 4th, beaten 7 3/4 in the Fountain of Youth. There was only 4 in the race, so I don't know. I don't really know what to make of him. As Magic said, I think he's still running. I misspoke. There were 5 in the race, but I mean, he just didn't do any running. He won an allowance and beat Born Noble, a horse that I'm pretty sure got hurt in that race. We haven't seen him since, so maybe he doesn't catch him if Born Noble doesn't kind of take a bad step, is how I'll call it there. But he did win an allowance, but then, 4th beaten 7 3/4. I don't know what you're going to, I don't know. Who is he really? Maybe we'll find out a little bit more about him in this spot. Number 6, Ladon Bro. This horse I talked about, 2nd in the Swale, 2 races back, and then 2nd, only beaten a length and 3/4 by Dornoch in the Fountain of Youth. It's when you talk about these races down here, usually we're talking about the Fountain of Youth, talking about the Holy Bull, and they were good, and you're excited, and it's like, wow, I don't really care about, hey, this horse can get better next out. I'm saying you look at that race, the Fountain of Youth and the Holy Bull, they weren't good. So it's really hard to talk too positively about, hey, he got 2nd in the Fountain of Youth. That really doesn't mean all that much. Somebody had to, right? So you can't really say he ran poorly, but you can't really say you're really excited about him in this race either. Number 7 is Catalytic. Look, I think this is a horse that it pretty much outclassed. Broke the maiden at Gulfstream Park way back in October. Showed up next at Tampa in an allowance race. Got 2nd, being 3/4 of the length. Ran okay. Like, if he shows up in another allowance or even a small stake sprinting, both these races were sprinting, you go, okay, I think this horse has a chance. 1 1/8 Florida Derby, I don't think so. Number 8 is Seminole Chief. And you're seeing a pattern, by the way. I don't like any of these horses. Number 8, Seminole Chief. Look, tried the Withers way back. Well, not way back, but on February 3rd, got beat 45 lengths. I mean, just didn't, bad start. And all kinds of trouble. Does have a win at Gulfstream Park in a stakes race, won, and it was a Florida bred race, won the Florida Sire in Reality Stakes. And, this horse is fine, but he's not Florida Derby fine. That's kind of the thing. Last time out, looked pretty good in an allowance race over the synthetic. Now goes back to the dirt today. But again, I'm reading these horses. I don't blame anybody for taking a shot. These races just aren't, or these horses aren't great. Here's what I'm interested in. The number 9 Conquest Warrior. Look, he's been really good down here. He ran third, beaten 9 3/4 to El Capi on December 2nd at Aqueduct. El Capi is a horse I really like, got hurt. Came back, broke the maiden by a half length with a horrific trip at Gulfstream Park. Beat Antiquarian. Antiquarian's not bad. He came back to win, and then he broke through the gate, all kinds of dumb stuff in the Louisiana Derby. He still ran okay. Not great, but okay. But Conquest Warrior comes back in the next race, absolutely dusts the field by 5 lengths, going this Florida Derby distance. He's the one I'm most interested in. We'll talk about win picks in a minute, but he seems to have upside. He seems to be getting better. He kind of did that allowance race under a hand ride with no urging, so he's interesting. Number 10 is Fierceness. Hey, if you can tell me which Fierceness is going to show up, this race is really easy, because if the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fierceness shows up, they're not going to beat him, and it'll probably be a similar effort of about 6-length victory. If the Holy Bull or Champagne Fierceness shows up, he won't hit the board. His Holy Bull was beyond bad. The Holy Bull was a horrible race where his C effort could win it, and he gave us his F effort, right? I mean, I thought the Holy Bull was almost worse than the Champagne, if you could believe it. I've seen people say, well, he's just got to get the lead. If he gets the lead, he'll win. I don't really think that's true. I think he needs the lead turning for home. I don't think this is a horse that really wants to battle. The more I watch his races, you look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he did not go gate to wire. He was behind another horse, but he put that horse away before they got into the stretch. So he had nobody around him in the stretch. He had nobody around him in the stretch in his maiden win either. The Champagne, he quit before the stretch. And the Holy Bull, he took the lead, but there was a horse battling with him, and I think he gave it up. So all that being said, I don't really know how you ride him. I think from this 10 post, I think they'll just shove him as hard as they can to the lead and hope he goes gate to wire. I think that's got to be the plan. I don't know if he'll do it. If he shows up with his Breeders' Cup effort, he'll do it, but I don't really know how you handle him at this point. I mean, I have not seen a horse quite like this, that I can think of at least, where it's like run off the screen. Like, you go watch the maiden race at Saratoga will win this race. Like, his first race will win this one. So, and his Breeders' Cup race will totally win it. He's off the screen one way or the other, right? He's off the screen in front, or he's off the screen. Like, where did he finish? So I don't know what he'll do. He's crazy. If he wins, he'll probably be the Kentucky Derby favorite. If he loses, he may not be in the race. So we'll see what happens. And then the number 11, Iris's Dream. We'll finish up with this one. Great win last time out, but it was over the turf. Broke the maiden last time out over the turf. Moving back to the dirt. Been okay on the dirt. 2 races back. Almost broke his maiden over the dirt. He looks outclassed to me, but you could say that about like 8 of them. So somebody's got to run like second and third, right? So maybe he is the one to do it. All right. Let's pick the winner here. I'm going to go number 9, Conquest Warrior on top. I think he's got the most upside. I'm going to the race saying this, though. He's got to run faster. I mean, that is just a fact. His times are not that great. His numbers are not that great. But that last race, he really didn't put up much of an effort, and he was still able to win by 5. So, kind of the third race down here at Gulfstream, I have confidence in Shug McGahee. We've already won at the distance. Shug may have him cranked for a big one here. So I'm going to go number 9, Conquest Warrior on top. I do think he's kind of the one with the most upside. All right, guys. For Exacta and Trifecta Place, make sure to check out our premium products. They're red hot right now. They've done well all year at Gulfstream. So Exactas, Trifectas, check out our premium products. For Pick 4, Pick 5, we got that covered as well on the premium product page. We'll also have a Florida Derby Bible. We're coming off on a Louisiana Derby where the bankroll articles made a combined almost $900. One of our best Bibles ever. Last year, the Florida Derby was one of our best Bibles of the year. So that is a very important product. you need to get your hands on that one when it comes available. Also, for free picks for all the races, free win picks, I should say, for all the races at Gulfstream Park, you can always check out the website, racingdudes.com/free picks. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching this video. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're betting on the Florida Derby card Saturday at Gulfstream.